Ready? Yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the episode. My name is Chris, and welcome back to my sports podcast. Today we have a special guest, and we're also in a different setup. I'm here in Delray Beach. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're here in Delray Beach. Booked a hotel, and we got this set up. So I have a little intro for you, if you don't mind. All right. Your last name is pronounced Tisdol.
Yeah.
Okay. For today's guest, we have the current linebacker for Florida Atlantic University. He recorded a career-high 70 tackles in the 2023 season, and in high school, he was rated the number 6 nationally at his position by ESPN, Desmond Chris.
That's me.
Appreciate it. But yeah, like I mentioned, Delray. So when I had first sent you the location and everything, I thought it was Delray Beach.
Nah.
Bro, and I kept saying that all the time. My girlfriend was like, it's not Delray, it's Delray.
Delray.
So I kept mixing it up. But so like I mentioned, thank you for coming on the show. Shout out to Landon if you're watching. Pretty sure you're watching. So yeah. Landon gave me a couple stories and stuff, and we can cut it out if you don't want it in here. So we can talk about it, and then if you don't want it on, we cannot put it on. Okay.
We can talk about it.
There's no worries here. So first thing, I'll put up on the screen for y'all, but he sent me this picture of y'all when y'all were in high school.
Yeah. Okay.
And y'all are young and everything. So but if you don't mind, could you tell me about how Landon and Gage saved you from drowning?
First we was at his house, he got this big pool in the back, and he's like, you jump in it like you're not gonna drown because you can jump from the bottom of it once you get in the water. Mm-hmm. So once I jumped in, I didn't listen, I didn't jump off the ground. So when I come up, like I'm trying to swim, but at the same time I'm panicking, and he jump in and he come and get me, and then he talked me through it, and after that I just started diving in there and just coming up, swimming to the lower end, because I knew I couldn't swim. So yeah, he kind of taught me a little lesson.
So at what age was this?
This had to be my freshman year, maybe. Freshman year.
So 14?
Yeah, freshman year. Yeah.
So you learned how to swim after that?
Yeah, after that. Yeah, I couldn't do nothing else.
For sure. And then this is the one that we can cut if you don't want to talk about it. So Landon told me that when you first got your license, you were on your way to practice or something. You got pulled over.
Yeah.
Gave the officer your license, drove off, and you hit a pole.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I was coming from the gym.
Okay.
And she had made a stop. Is this police that was messing with everybody? So she made this stop, and she looked at me. I'm already nervous because I ain't got a real license. I got a learner's.
Right.
So she hit the lights, and I take off, and I'm driving, and then I really lost her, but I didn't have no control of the car, so I ended up going into a ditch in the pole, and yeah, that was it.
He told me that. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But now let's get into it. But first of all, like I mentioned, you're my first guest that actually currently plays.
Okay.
So I'm excited. I got a lot of questions for you. Did a lot of searching on the internet, things about you and everything. Okay. So how do you living just in I'll say the Boca area, coming from Georgia or Alabama and Auburn?
It's just so different. It's so much to do out here, and the weather is good. Well, the last few days it's been kind of rough, but other than that, it's just hard to have a bad day down here. Really? You can be having a bad day, and later on your day can be good. It's just the Boca living.
So you're from Wilcox County, right?
Yeah.
So what was there to do over there?
Oh my God, nothing at all. But go to the gym, the field, just work out. You're really not doing nothing. You got 2 traffic lights. Damn. Probably 3 gas stations. Probably the eating place is probably Subway for real. That's about it. You had to go 30 minutes to get something to eat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
because Lane and I, when we went to Valdosta, I'm from Orlando, which is a very highly populated area.
Yeah. And
you got attractions everywhere. You got a stoplight at every corner. You have all the food places. And then I went from that to Valdosta, and I was reversed how you are right now. I was so bad. There's nothing here.
It's so bad.
Outside of the 10-mile radius of Valdosta, there's nothing.
It is bad. That was terrible.
This is crazy. It was a culture shock for me, for real, because in Orlando, there's in terms of ethnicity, there's white people, there's black people, there's Hispanics, there's Asians, there's everyone. And then I went to Valdosta, and it's just white people and black people.
That's it. That's it.
That's all it was. So being here, or not even being here, but what are some of your hobbies that you like to do like outside of football?
If I'm not doing football, let's see. I'm not gonna say studying football because it's the same thing. But I either get on the game, the PS5, play 2K, Madden,
Okay.
Call of Duty. If I'm not doing that, I like to play basketball. Like I go to the rec and hoop a little bit.
Okay.
I think I still got it, so that's why I go like 24/7. And if I'm not hooping, I say that probably trying to fish. I haven't fished in a long time, so when I go out there, it's like I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm trying to learn again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Landon told me that you were a 3-sport athlete in high school. You did track and then you did basketball and football.
Football, basketball, and baseball.
Baseball, that's what it was. Sorry. Yeah. I was watching some of your highlights for football on Huddle, and you playing running back and linebacker. I was like, damn, bro, like what?
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's nice. But Call of Duty, have you seen the stuff for Black Ops 6?
No, I haven't actually, but
okay.
my friend's been telling me about it though, so I'm trying to see when does it come out. I really don't know when it come out. I'm waiting on NCAA, honestly.
Yeah, are you gonna play as yourself?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I have to. Yeah.
So I want to touch on that. How is that in terms of NIL? Do you have to like sign anything or anything like that since you're gonna be in the actual game?
No, you don't. You already be in it. You don't have to really sign too much.
Okay. I always thought about that with like how that would work or how it like worked in the past, because like I know in the past before NIL, like with NCAA, what was the last one? 14,
yeah.
Like you didn't have names on the back of the jerseys, right?
You had to like download the names and stuff. Yeah, but I think this time, since I think it's like EA, so they already have the names and stuff on it.
So okay, this is just a quick one. So I'm older than you by like 2 years.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, who is your favorite Spider-Man? I know this is out of left field, but who's your favorite Spider-Man?
I honestly, I really don't watch Spider-Man like that, so I can't even say.
That's fine. Fair enough. Okay, so give the viewers like a quick minute breakdown of like your playing history. So like from high school, then to college, and then now here at FAU.
Okay, so we're talking about stats wise or transformation wise, or what are we
like you could say like you're from here, then you graduated this year, then you went here, and then from here you played 3 years and then transferred.
So I was at Wilcox for 4 years, born and raised. Then my freshman year of college, I attended Auburn for 3 years, and then I ended up going to the transfer portal that spring and came to FAU, and this is my second year here at FAU, and this is my last season at FAU. So this is how the breakdown goes. Thought I would be at Auburn, for forever, but things change, things happen. So, but it got me in this position. I'm blessed to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit, but talk about getting recruited in high school.
Oh man, it was actually tough because it was a lot of schools calling like every day. They'll be calling my mom, my dad if I wasn't answering the phone because it was just so much on me as a young man. Like growing up, I honestly didn't know what to do with it. Like sometimes it'll get good, sometimes it'll get lonely because you don't have nobody else to make those decisions for you because you got to make the best decision for you. So that's how my recruiting went.
Because I was looking up and I saw, so if this isn't right, you had 14 offers. Is that correct? Or do you have more than that?
I think it was more than that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It was more than that. Yeah.
You were a 4-star.
Yeah.
So how close were you to committing to any other schools?
Okay, so first, Auburn wasn't even like my first choice. I was supposed to go to South Carolina at first out of the gate because they offered me first. I'm like, I'm going to go here. And then I took a visit to Tennessee, and I'm like, I like Kevin Sherr a lot. He came to some of my basketball games and sat with my mom and dad. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to Tennessee. And they ended up like the coaching staff got fired. And then Auburn, they was gonna take a kid. I think they're gonna take the kid Trent Simpson out of he played at Clemson. Now he with the Baltimore Ravens. But I think he ended up decommitting. And that's when the linebackers coach had called my phone, was like, we want you to commit, like we want you here. And in my head, I'm thinking like, I still want South Carolina, still like Tennessee, even though the coaches left. But I ended up going to Auburn because my mom, like she loved Auburn, and I wanted to do it for her, so I ended up committing to Auburn.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking and like on your 24/7 sports or whatever, and I saw. Did you take 2 visits to Tennessee or just 1?
It was just 1. Yeah,
okay.
Just 1.
Yeah, that's the other one that I was kind of thinking maybe he was.
It was South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Like twice to South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what that was. So how was it going from a small Wilcox County, I know we touched on it, to going to like one of the biggest universities in the country?
Man, a whole lot of things changed. Like it opened my eyes up. Met more people, it was a great experience. Learned how to do a lot of things, dealt with a lot of traffic. Just got to explore the world a little bit, pretty much, yeah.
And then how was adjusting living on your own as well?
I'm not gonna lie. Probably the first week I had to let it like sink in, but after that, like I just enjoyed it because now I'm on my own. I'm on my own time. If it's not with football, I'm on my own time. But it's with football, then I'm on the football time.
Did you get homesick at all, like with your parents, anything?
I used to go back home like every weekend.
What?
Like freshman sophomore year, I used to go home every weekend.
Damn.
But then my mom, she had told me, she was like, stop coming home so much. Like, there's nothing back here. Like, what you coming for?
Yeah.
And so I stopped going home.
How far of a drive was it?
Like 2.5 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I used to do it.
Okay.
Like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, especially if Valasa. Well, Landon will go home like every weekend too, bro.
Yeah, but I had to. I don't know why. I just had to.
I'm like, bro, will you leave me? But for him, it was like an hour, maybe hour and a half drive. So
probably like an hour.
He was like really close.
Yeah.
So what was your? I know we kind of touched on it, but what was your first year like adjusting to Auburn and like being on the college campus, being on the football team, and going through those practices and just being in a big program?
Our freshman year my freshman year was kind of hard because like you really don't know football coming into your freshman year if you haven't been studying like the other guys already studying. And it was like an older group, so when I joined the team, joined the linebacker room, like they was probably like 20 times ahead of me, 20 times faster, stronger. Like I'm trying to catch up and pick up to the playbook. It's just hard. So I mainly played like a lot of special teams because like I could run and hit. Like my coach would tell me, like you might not know everything right now, but it's like you will run and hit, so we could play with you.
So in high school, did you watch much film?
I used to watch like they have Huddle Up, thankful for Coach Stowe. He used to show me how to watch film and break it down. So I used to watch like what runs they would do, like what pass they would do on such and such downs, and that's how I used to watch film in high school. I really didn't like pay attention to like coverages and like what my DB is doing on the D line. I would just pay attention to me or what I do on this run and stuff like that.
So how was it? Well, first I'm gonna put this down just a little so they can see your face just a little bit. Right there. So how was it adjusting to being like the star in your high school team to then going and not playing as much?
Oh, it's a humbling experience. Because you're the top dog at your school, but once you go to college, like everybody is the same guy you was in high school, like just maybe even better. So you don't really get that, that big dog feeling or that top guy feeling. You have to really go out there and compete like every day to be that top dog. So,
what led to you ultimately transferring? Was it not playing?
Let's see. I wouldn't say too much of that. It was just like how much of it. Freshman and sophomore year, Auburn, I played a lot of special teams. And junior year, I kind of got in the rotation probably like mid-season. Pretty much did okay with it, but at the same time, I was like, I want to do more. Like I want to play a whole lot more. And then a new coaching staff came in, and that just threw everything off. Like they brought their players in, a lot of friends leaving. Then one of my favorite coaches left. His name Coach Rock. He don't know that he was my favorite coach at Auburn. So he ended up leaving. He got the defensive coordinator job at FAU. So when I entered the portal, he may have probably texted me later that night, and he was like that. I always knew you was a good linebacker. Like I want to help you. I want to produce you as a great linebacker. So I'm gonna take his word like every time because like he's a truthful person, honest person. So when I told my mom like I'm going to FAU, like I'm not going nowhere else. Even though like UConn called, Michigan State called, Cincinnati reached out. There's a whole lot of schools. I forgot the list, but yeah, I was FAU all the way.
Dang, so that's cool. So him leaving and then you entering the transfer portal kind of worked out.
It did.
So then how was it going and like playing a lot more?
Oh, I had to grow up fast because I was not mature enough to like really take that role. I mean, it's really not my fault. I was in a bad position. So, but he told me that I had to come in and learn pretty fast. So he was helping me every day, and he actually produced me to being like a good linebacker. You know, and I got one more year with him, so it'll be even better.
That's awesome. And I like how humble you're being. Yeah. And in terms, you know, some guys will just sit here and say like, oh, you know, I'm better than everyone else, but you're being really humble about it. And that tells a lot about your character and about your parents and how you like accept like criticism and stuff like that. So that's awesome. One not humbling question that I want to talk about is being at Auburn. Yeah. Let's just talk about that one more time. And being at such a big school, did you get any like special treatment as an athlete? Did you like get recognized or?
Yeah, you did. I mean, you could go places and they know you on the football team. You get, you know, such and such special treatments. You get let into like bars and stuff. But other than that, yeah, that's about it. Okay,
all right. How has NIL impacted you?
I mean, NIL is helping out a lot. Like, I mean, I'm not struggling from anything, so it's kind of helping me, and I'm saving a lot of that too. So it's a blessing, honestly.
So, do you have like an agent or anything like that?
Actually, I do. I have an agent.
Okay.
And so he kind of helps me get the deals. Like he'll shoot me text and be like, you know, such and such wants to work with you. I think you should reach out to him. So I reach out to him, and that's where we get the deal connected.
Do you? I know you said you haven't been struggling financially, but do you like it? Like, do you like NIL?
Oh yeah, I love it. Love it.
For sure. Yeah. Okay, so you have 1 year of eligibility left. This is going to be your last year. Yeah. I saw you're a graduate student, right?
Nah, I'll be graduating this fall.
Oh, okay.
Coming up, yeah.
Oh, okay. So what, if this is your plan, what NFL team would you like to play for?
I'd say probably Atlanta. Probably the Falcons. Or either, if it's not the Falcons, I'd say probably Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Buccaneers, yeah.
Not Miami?
I mean, I don't have a problem with Miami.
Okay. I say that because I'm a Dolphins fan.
Okay.
I was born in Aventura, which is, I don't know how far it is from here, but like 20 minutes or something. Okay. But yeah, I was born here and then moved to Orlando. So I've had a lot of pain being a Dolphins fan for the last 24 years. But being that this is your last year and your goal is to play in the NFL, how will like that look like leading up to the draft? I know it's a long ways away, but how will that look like? And I don't know if that's a good question, but
I mean, you know, to keep working hard, to keep perfecting my craft, and try to even work on being a better leader for this team and for this defense that we have. You know, we got a special players on this defense, and just being humble about it. You know, even though it's my last year, you know, doing what's best for the team. So that's gonna be my plan, doing what's best for this team, and then I'm gonna worry about, you know, the draft or whatever happens after that.
God forbid, if that doesn't work out, what do you have in line? Like, do you want to try and play overseas? Do you want to coach?
Honestly, you know, if you don't get drafted, you know, don't get signed, means you still have CFL, you have USFL, I think it's like XFL. I mean, you have a lot of options on the table. So, I mean, whatever God bless me with, you know, that's what I'm going to take and run with it, you know, because everything is a blessing at this point.
That's interesting. I've seen like a lot of players go through and like they like hit adversity and they hit a wall and they like don't get drafted and they either, you know, find a way to keep chasing their dream, or they find a way, like you said, you know, God blesses them in disguise for another way to go another way. And there's like, I'll compare that to like, there's a father, he's like an alcoholic and he dies from alcoholic, and you have two twins. One twin becomes an alcoholic because that's all he knows. The other kid stays away from it because he doesn't want to end up like his father, so he learns. So it's kind of like the same thing. But I got a lot of questions for you that I don't have here that I kind of want to know. So being at FAU and being at a D1 school, traveling, do you guys travel like the day before games?
Yeah, the day before games we travel.
Okay, and then you stay at like a hotel or anything?
A hotel,
something like that?
yeah.
Okay. And then how much film would you say you watch, let's say a week?
So opponents, I would start from, first we'll have like Sunday review, you know, from the game. So I'll watch that, you know, see the mistakes. Then I will watch like what we'll be going over in practice, like their runs, you know, what the quarterback's doing, you know, how he looking at his reads, look at how the running back is blocking. Then I look at the O-line and see like who's the weakest link on the O-line.
Okay.
And I see who's the strongest guy on the O-line, so I can see how to handle them. And then that Monday we go to practice, and it's just like a repeat. So you watching it in the morning. I'm already watched it, so I already know what's going on the film.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's asking questions, you know, I let him know. Or if anybody else in the linebacker room have a question, like I let them know too. Like, this is who we need to look out for. You know, this is, you know, who's not the strongest on the line, or this is what the quarterback does, you know, when he's about to, you know, hit this guy.
That's cool. That's a lot of like different, like small things you notice to give you the advantage. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about sports, but more specifically football, because I played quarterback in high school. I never played collegiately, but like you said, like watching film, you notice, okay, where's this backer's first step? You know, is his first step always left? Like, does he not have discipline? Is he always looking in the backfield? Like, and then the same thing with the safety, like, are they following my eyes? Like, can I look them off and then throw the other way? Sort of thing. So those are a lot of different tendencies. Now this question, you're not directly impacted, but since you are a player, I want to ask your opinion.
Okay.
How do you feel about FSU being left out of the top 4 last year? Do you think it was the right decision?
Nah, they got dead bad.
Really?
They should have been in the playoffs. They went undefeated and won an ACC championship. So I feel like they definitely supposed to be in the playoff spot.
Even with Jordan Travis going down?
Yeah, man, it don't matter. Like they did all that hard work really for like nothing. Like,
okay,
you can't do that to them guys. I think they should have been in it.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you my opinion. Not that it matters, but just since we're discussing, they were put at 5, right?
Yeah.
The thing about the top 4 is the narrative around it is you want the 4 best teams.
Yeah,
it's not even like since they're going to 12 teams this season, you don't really have to put the best 12 teams because the 12th team probably isn't going to win the national championship. But I just think the team isn't the same without Jordan Travis. I mean, respectfully, they weren't, because Heisman Trophy candidate to, what was he, a true freshman, I believe?
Yeah.
And then they beat Louisville, and then they didn't get in. So
yeah, but it's just a simple fact. Like it's still a whole team. Like you can't just put it around like Jordan. I mean, yeah, he made a lot of plays, but he's not a one man army. If
Fair
that
enough.
makes sense. So, and they had a lot of great players on the FSU team. Like I think them guys deserve the shot.
Mm-hmm. So what if they got in and then they would have played Washington?
I think it was Washington.
No.
Is it?
If they would have been,
who was one?
Michigan.
Okay, Michigan.
So they would have played Michigan. I think defensively they would have stayed in the game, but
easy. Like it's
obviously, yeah.
Easy.
But do you think they would have won that game?
I mean, I don't know, because they got some offensive weapons too now. You know, they had Trey Benson,
Keon
Coleman. Like they had a lot of offensive weapons, and then their defense was just all over the place. Like they fast defense, you know, hard hitters. Their D line was great. Like it'd been a good game for sure.
Mm-hmm. So what is your goal for this upcoming season at FAU?
My goal is to win a conference championship and get into that top 12. That's my goal this season.
Any personal goals aside from football?
Personal goals, just to be a better person than I was last year.
Okay.
I mean, not saying I was a bad person, but just being a overall better person. Perfecting my craft, just doing whatever I can, to help the next person out, because you only get one life and you just gotta live it.
Yeah, I like how you're continuing to stay humble. Yeah. Are you big on your faith?
Yeah.
So how has that impacted you?
Getting closer to God, because my freshman year of Auburn, man, I ended up breaking my neck, and it was like the bowl week. Ended up breaking my neck, and I was in a dark place. Ended up coming back sophomore year of spring, and I just seen a player just running around, having fun, and I'm like, I can't be back in this dark place. Like, I got to get closer to God. Not saying that I wasn't, but I got to get even closer to him, because he can take it away from me.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that. I resonate with that, because I've been creating content. I've done this football content for maybe a year and a half, 2 years, but I've been creating content for 7 years at this point, and I've never done anything with it. But, I had a similar experience, because 2.5, 3 years ago, I was hooping and I herniated one of my discs, and I literally I couldn't even look down like this, and at that time, I can relate to you. I wanted everything for me, it wasn't through God. It was, I want to be famous. I want to have $1 million. I want to do this. I want to do that. And it was me. It wasn't, how can I do this for God? How can I praise God? How can I humble myself? Anyways, still going through the back stuff. I'm good right now. I don't have any limitations. Have some minor pain, but now I've noticed over this last year, the more I praise God, the more I humble myself, the more I put Him first, the more He's going to bless me, and that's just so awesome. And also, I'm scared to. It sounds bad, but if I talk bad about God or my faith, or if I don't stay consistent, or if I put Him in a bad light, He can take it away like that just as quick as He gave it away.
That's why I'm big on, at least point at the sky. I really don't even like to celebrate after I do something big, because I just know it could be taken away so fast. So I mean, sometimes I'm probably either smacking my helmet, or either just looking up to the sky, blowing a kiss or something, because he brought me through a lot. He got me out of that dark place, got me back recovering within 6-7 months. So everything I have it's about God. So that's how I look at it.
Are you into do you go to any Bible studies or anything like that on campus?
We have Bible studies at FAU actually on Sundays. Not on Sunday. We have church on Sundays and Wednesdays. I mainly going to church when I go back home with my mother, so I could be sitting with her, like I was when I was younger. So that's kind of what I like doing.
Okay, I heard something. But okay, I think I got. So do you watch the NFL? I know we're.
I mean, I don't watch a lot of games, but I watch certain players, certain people that I could see myself being, and see myself playing.
Who?
His name is Aziz. He was at FAU. I think when Coach Rock was here, because Coach Rock was here way before I was in high school, I think. So yeah, he showed me a film of Aziz, and I look at Aziz because Aziz went undrafted, but he's making a living right now. He just signed a deal with the Texans for 34 or 40 million.
That's awesome.
He was at the 49ers a few years ago. Then he went to the Titans. Led the team in tackles with the Titans, and now he's at the Texans right now. And I know he's gonna be great over there.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What other players, I guess, do you look up to, past, retired, or present, aside from your friend Aziz?
I would say that I like to look at I say like Fred Warner. I look at Fred Warner. I look at like Bobby Wagner, some young guys that I really like looking at. I like they're my friends because they was, you know, older guys at Auburn like Chandler Wooden. I look at Owen Papo. Still look at Zacoby McClain. Like I look at those guys, KJ Britt, you know, because we was all in the same room together. So you know they're on the big stage now. So I'm trying to see how they like doing it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Fred Warner, man, he's a dog.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he's probably one of the best cover backers in the NFL.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, he is.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay. Damn, I just had another question. I just completely forgot it. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was going to be something about football or linebackers, but oops, damn, I forgot my train of thought. Let me yeah, I forgot. I'm not going to lie. But anything that you want to, you know, tell the people or anything like that, or you have any words for anyone watching right now?
Just praying everybody have the season that they want to have. You only get one. You only get one life. You know, you only get one last season, one senior season for the high school kids. You know, back at home. I say like go hard like every day because you never know when that day gonna come and it goes by fast. So that's what I say to the kids back home.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything else unless you have anything else. I blanked on what I was going to say next, but it was towards the end of all the stuff that I had. So,
but I'm pretty good. That's about it.
Appreciate you for coming on, man.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate it. This is a good talk. We talk, you know, everything football and then faith. I liked how we touched on that, and that was really awesome. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you'll enjoy. Desmond, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, make sure you guys drop a like, comment down, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all next video. Peace. All right.